Well, people here in Lancaster County have told me today that 37-year-old Justin Bailey was a motivator, a friend, someone that you could always rely on. And although this was an isolated incident inside a home, Lancaster County authorities say that gun violence is something that impacts the entire community.
I guess when the person, like if you needed to talk to somebody, he would always answer the phone and figure out a way to try to make you laugh or make you smile. But he wouldn't sugarcoat nothing. He'd tell you exactly how it is.
People in Lancaster County's community have been sharing posts and thoughts remembering 37-year-old Justin Bailey, who authorities say was shot and killed just before 2 Monday morning by his girlfriend's son. Authorities believe Bailey and DeAndre Azam Ivey had gotten into an argument about Ivey's lifestyle when law enforcement says Ivey armed himself with an AR-style pistol and fired several shots.
It's easy for us on the outside to evaluate what happened and think about why something happened, but there's always a better way to resolve disputes.
Although this was an isolated incident, law enforcement wants to see gun violence end in the community.
Cool off anger other than pulling out firearms and firing shots at people. It never ends well. It never ends well. And that's just not the way to resolve disagreements and disputes.
People in the community are remembering Bailey for his friendliness, willingness to help others, and for being a role model.
He loved his family. He was somebody that you could call at 3 o'clock in the morning, and if you needed him, he'd be there. He was a great father. He was, like I say, he was a great brother. He loved his pets, his animals, his dogs, but most of all, he loved working out. And he was, somebody that you would look up to, and I mean, it's very devastating to see that this happened to him.
Ivey was booked into the Lancaster County Detention Center. Bond was denied. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office says that this is an ongoing investigation, and they're asking anyone that may have any additional information to reach out to them. In Lancaster County, Rachel Richardson, WBTV, on your side.